Today we brought together the top trio of Toyota Corollas from the 12th generation lineup, which is more than extensive and has a significant focus on Toyota's hybrid technology. In this video, we compare body design, performance, handling characteristics and interiors, presenting a picture of each car independently as well as collectively. Let's go meet the family.
Hi there, Sean Wilmot. Today we're looking at a triple treat of New Zealand favourites, the automotive equivalent of pavlova, pineapple lumps and hokey pokey. As to the latest generation, well, there's an extraordinary amount of choice in body style, specification level, engine size and perhaps more critically, fuel type. So we're going to take you through those variations right now. Let's check it out.
A sharply defined nose spans the range, bringing a cohesive look to the Corolla family fleet. This shows the lower and wider stance of the Generation 12 models. At the same time, newly designed sporty and sleek lights, fore and aft, are key Corolla identifiers regardless of body style. Toyota has leaned heavily on European design influences, particularly in the wagon and sedan models. The new wagon is sleeker and more athletic than its predecessor, while the sedan, the last of the Corollas to arrive here, is arguably the most technologically advanced, as well as being shapely in appearance. The hatchback could well be considered the mainstay of the Corolla fleet, with its power and poise line tracing back to a good-looking and purposeful back end. At the front end is where the magic happens. Two of the three vehicles we have with us today are hybrid models, while the wagon retains a more conventional 1.8-litre petrol-only power plant.
The Toyota Corolla hatchback is the longest serving member of the Toyota Corolla family. It was the one that turned up here first, and all others, the wagon and the sedan, followed soon after. The fuel efficiency figure, well, this one's claiming about 4.2 litres per 100 Ks according to Toyota Japan, and that's going to be using about 97 grams of CO2 per kilometre. Engine performance figures, 72 kilowatts, changing to 90 when the hybrid engages with the petrol engine, and 142 newton meters of torque. When you're in a more conventional hybrid, a 4.2 litre per 100 fuel figure isn't too bad.
Compare this to the Corolla sedan. Again, a 1.8 litre with under rear seat battery. 72 kilowatts of power at 5,200 RPM, up to 90 kilowatts with the battery, and 142 newton meters of torque at 3,600 RPM. But fuel efficiency, compared to the hatchback, is better at 3.5 litres per 100 kilometres, and CO2 is also down to 81 grams per kilometre. And then we come to the wagon, which uses the 1.8 litre engine, but the 1.8 litre engine exclusively. There is no hybrid option for this vehicle. The wagon also uses the regular CVT as opposed to the electronic one. This is done for torque purposes. And speaking of torque, the torque is up for the wagon at 171 newton meters at 3,900 RPM, and the power output is also up at 104 kilowatts at 6,100 RPM.
Toyota actually claims 6.8 litres per 100 on this car, which is really conservative, because we've managed to get this little puppy down to low fives quite comfortably without even trying. It really does make it an absolute godsend as far as the fuel card is concerned.
The sedan shares a lot of the driving characteristics of the wagon, in as much as it too is beautifully balanced. What the sedan also offers, however, is precision. Something about the steering geometry delivers a level of refinement which is unexpected in a car of this segment. And then there is the hatchback, which demonstrates Toyota's expertise in engineering. With the new platform architecture combined with the lowered centre of gravity and wider footprint, the hatchback gives a good solid on-road feel with a hint of sporty aspiration, even though it's a hybrid model.
The interior design of the hatchback and sedan are both a little bit more 21st century, while the station wagon is a little more traditional. The dashboard features chiseled lines which are pleasantly aggressive, and combines both black piano inserts and silver chrome highlights. The only real telling difference is in the seats, in the fabric, and the main instrument clusters, and the way those instrument clusters present the information to the drivers.
The wagon has a more functional feel to it, which is to be expected. And while there may not be a wireless phone charging plate in place, the wagon was the first to bring Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability to the Corolla range. In contrast to the functionality of the wagon, both hatch and sedan have a more sophisticated instrument cluster as befitting cars with a leaning towards driving rather than delivering. The hatch has a definite focus on front passenger accommodations, and the sedan, by virtue of its larger than expected boot and appeal as a full-sized four-door, marries the hatchbacks and wagons' people and their stuff considerations. All models are 5-star ANCAP safety rated.
There have been some spectacular improvements over this entire range for this generation. So now we have the body style differences, we have the hatch, the wagon, the sedan, and there's the promise of a crossover SUV to come later on. What we also have is longer and lower profiles across each and every model, and that contributes to the better fuel efficiencies and fuel economies. We also have greater connectivity than we've ever had before. And of course, we also have the benefits of hybrid technology, which is making a huge difference. Gen 12 Corolla is the latest in Toyota Corolla's success story. Try one for yourself.